everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar. It's time for some more MLB The Show 16 with Ajax Booker. You know, the last set of episodes that we've had against the Reds, you know, kind of make me glad that I'm playing the Mets now, to be honest. But this is going to be the last series before the All-Star break, so I want to make sure that I end on a high note before we kind of go into the second half of the season. Unfortunately, as it stands right now, I have little to no chance whatsoever being in the All-Star game. But that's just what happens when you're spending 30% or more of the season in the minor leagues, and then you come in and, you know, don't have that much time. But anyway, hit that goes into right field. I'm going to make sure I stop at first. It's not one of those ones that I want to try and risk getting the extra base on. I mean, I'm happy with a single, especially with what we've seen lately with Ajax, you know, breaking records. The single game, or the team single game, or individual, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, I can't remember exactly what you would call the record, but Marquise Grissom stole 4 bases in a game in 1992, and that was the record. I stole 6 in a game not too long ago. And so in the stats that I had when I got up to base, it said I had 31 stolen bases. So it's crazy to think that a fifth of those came from just one game. I'm just waiting for him to start the pitch. Here we go, going into third. And I'm safe. So already I've got a couple stolen bases here, which is going to help out with those stats. But now it's just a matter of being able to get a run out of this here, too. There's 2 outs now. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to produce anything here. This one's going to go into right field, and I can see he's already underneath it. So absolutely no problem with making that catch. So nothing's really going to come from that except for the fact that I get a couple more stolen bases to add to the resume. And also, I end up getting the first hit of the game. Hopefully we can keep this up, but as I come up for my next at-bat here in the third, I see that the Mets have been able to produce a run, and so I'm operating from behind here at this point. So I got to be really smart about how I go about this. Swinging at the first pitch, it's going to go right over to short, but the throw, oh, I make it! There's been a few plays on defense for me where I've had to suffer through that. You know, somebody who's ridiculously fast just gets a slow roller in the infield, and I'm not going to be able to stop them, so it's kind of good to know that what goes around comes around here in that regard. The throw in a second also will not be in time. Yet again, I am rocking it with the stolen bases. You know, I haven't really done too much either as far as really helping out my stats. I've got, you know, my speed is 95. I want to say my stealing is around 80. But it's really just a matter of having figured out exactly how the game does pick-off attempts and, you know, understanding where my boundaries are. So that being said, I'm even more of a dangerous person on the base pass now that I understand exactly how the game's going to work and what I can do, what I can't. Runners on first and third here now with 2 outs. Remember, we're down by 1. So throw over to second. And again, I do not produce a run. I'm trying to do what I can, but it seems like the last couple weeks here on this game, you know, we've got Bryce Harper who's been injured, and so I didn't have as much offense coming up after me. And even though he's back now, still seeing a lot of struggles from the team. It's not nearly as bad, though, as MLB 2K. I don't know if you guys remember, but, like, it didn't matter who was batting after me. They had, hands down, the highest strikeouts in the game. You know what I've realized? I've swung at so many first pitches here on this one, which is outside of the norm for me. A lot of times I let those ones just go past, but they've been somewhat decent pitches to start things off. We're still down to run here as I end up being the last out here for the top of the 5th. This might... Oh, fielding opportunity. Yoenis Cespedes, the former Oakland A. We've got one out, runners on first and second, so I'll be looking to do what I can to try and get a double play started. Unless it goes over to second, then I got to go ahead and cover the bag. So it's right to me. Just a little scoop on over to second. Murphy gets the throw over to first in time to end the inning. So no further damage is done right there, but you can see that the Mets have gotten 2 more runs. So now we're going to enter the top of the 8th. Ajax will be leading things off for us here, but, you know, we're down 3-0. 102 pitches, too. All right, I might be very careful about what I swing at here, just because once you're at that level, you're going to be pretty inconsistent with your pitches. All right, Harvey, let's see if you'll be able to get me out here. All right, so Matt Harvey, as you saw, had a pretty good strike-to-ball ratio, so I don't know, maybe not. Laying off that one here for ball 2. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this next one ends up being a strike. Very rare to see him miss 3 in a row. There we go. Okay, so now that we've got the strike, I feel like I can swing at stuff that, you know, ain't too nasty. Now, the starting pitching for the Mets has been absolutely ridiculous, whether it's Matt Harvey, Bartolo Colon. I mean, all of these guys have just been so tough for anybody to be able to hit against. That one's going to go over to third. We'll make the play at first, unfortunately. But yeah, this starting pitching has been ridiculous. Like, even going up against the computer, you know, everybody struggled against them. So I don't feel too bad about how things are going here in this game. I'll take a couple steps back just to make sure I've got some more time to be able to react to the ball here. Ooh, it's a good thing I did too. That extra movement was critical for me to be able to pick that one up and make the throw over. I don't know if my third baseman would have been able to get to that one either. It probably would have just split the two of us. Anyway, so this one ends up being a loss for the Nationals as we go down 3-0, but at least I get a friendly handshake for doing a decent job going 2 for 4 in this game. Looks like we had more runs than the Mets did. It's just we weren't able to bring anybody home. Well, thank you for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More of Ajax Booker to come later on, so make sure you guys subscribe. If you have not already, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again for watching. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.